hand, but we have to be able to beat them and able to get to the SEC championship, which is our goal.
LSU, Louisville, Citrus Bowl. Lamar Jackson, what you thinking?
Well, great player, obviously. Great opportunity for us to go down to the Citrus Bowl. This team deserves it. We're going to practice very hard. We're going to go down there and enjoy ourselves. We're going to be ready to play. Lamar Jackson is an excellent football player, but we got excellent players on our team also.
Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of Tigers Roar. I'm Tommy Chrysan of Pelican Broadcasting, along with Mr. Jordy Hultberg. Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm terrific, thank you. A little ebony and ivory working here.
Well, happy holidays
Absolutely.
to you as we have officially entered the Christmas
Yes,
season.
indeed.
I think
Yes,
it's
indeed.
safe to say that as we
I
roll
can get,
forward.
Yeah, maybe I can get Dave Aranda to give me a slight little loan so I can get some really good Christmas presents. I think he can afford it.
You know, we know so much more this week than we knew last week. We know the bowl game,
Yeah.
Aranda's contract. We still don't know a special teams coach or an offensive coordinator. We know
the Final
who
Four.
LSU's playing.
Right.
We know the four teams in the playoff. We've got some high school state champions and some yet to be crowned. And we got a lot of stuff we can talk about
Well,
tonight.
we got
And
2
this
hours
is
to
a
do it.
talk show. So where you want to start? You want to start with LSU versus Louisville?
Yeah.
In the Citrus Bowl,
Yeah.
kicking off at 10 o'clock Louisiana time.
I just
on
want to
New
know
Year's Eve.
what team's going to be able to consume more Buffalo Wild Wings at their get-together before the game. So my money's on the Tigers.
I think LSU,
got
they've
some
been
big
known
boys.
to dent a few buffets, I believe. But it's the University of Louisville Cardinals, Coach Bobby Petrino, the, in all likelihood, Heisman Trophy winner in Lamar Jackson, who basically had the award 2-3 weeks ago. It kind of opened up. He had some poor performances, but you're going to see it. There's a look at the stadium, which now has turf. Were you there when
Yes.
they played Penn State in the grass?
Yes.
It was horrible.
Yes, I had to throw those shoes away. It was awful.
Yeah,
awful.
well, it'll be LSU and Louisville.
What a great start to the day, though. 10 o'clock in the morning, it's a Saturday on ABC, and then that leads up to Alabama versus Wisconsin, and then that leads up to Ohio State versus Clemson. Pretty good day.
Yeah, and of course that'll be in Orlando. We apologize for the missed thing on the graphic there, but Louisville Cardinals. This is a team that has come on over the last bunch of years. You know, Charlie Strong was there, Teddy Bridgewater. They had some really good teams.
That was Lane Kiffin calling. I'm sorry.
Lane Kiffin, what did he want?
Wants to know if the LSU opportunity is still available.
Yes, and I think he's going to get it.
Okay.
But anyway, it's going to be an interesting matchup. It's kind of Louisville's offense, and again, probable Heisman Trophy winner Lamar Jackson against the defense of Dave Aranda with the new contract and his players. Beckwith will not play. That's already been determined. And a pretty serious knee injury from what I understand.
Yeah.
That'll be the kind of main storyline. The points in the offense of Louisville against Dave Aranda and the very good Tiger defense.
If Lamar Jackson doesn't win the Heisman Trophy, I'll buy you a Diet Coke.
I would vote for Deshaun
Watson
from Clemson if I had a vote.
Ain't gonna happen.
Jackson did the throat slash thing a couple times this year, and I can't handle
you
that.
can't. Okay.
But I would vote
I don't
for...
think there's ever been a quarterback that's thrown for as many yards nor run for as many yards in one season. And I don't think anybody else stepped up, even though he came down a little bit in the loss to Houston and in the regular season finale loss to Kentucky. But he had such an insurmountable lead.
Yeah, no, he's fantastic, and I think he's got a chance to be successful at the next level. But of course, the Heisman Trophy is supposed to be the best college football player. 4 other people that will be going up there: Baker Mayfield from Oklahoma, the wide
Who's
receiver,
coming back next year?
Westbrook from Oklahoma, and then you got Deshaun Watson from Clemson and
Jabril Peppers,
linebacker from Michigan. That's ESPN controlling who comes to that, just like they control the playoff committee. The committee was rendered useless this year, in my opinion.
We can get into that. And
we will get into
talk
that.
about what message has been sent.
I'm not one of these guys who advocates conspiracy, but now after watching what that faux pas committee supposedly did, it's ESPN who said who they wanted in those games, and that's how it went.
It's all, there's a fine line on this thing, and there's a lot of people that agree with the decision of the 4 teams. There's a lot of people that disagree. And now what will be the ripple effect? What message has this dictated to schools in how they schedule in the future?
there's conflicting messages,
Yes.
and we'll get into a lot of that tonight as well. So we're going to have a lot of LSU football for you, some stuff from Coach Orgeron, some stuff from the players, and to no one's surprise, it should be no one's surprise, Leonard Fournette going to declare for the NFL draft after the bowl game. We've got some comments from him, too.
Here's the big question on that. Is he going to play? Does he owe it to LSU to play? Does LSU owe it to Leonard Fournette to tell him not to play? The future's out there. This ankle situation has been a problem all season long. Now we're talking about dollars and cents. What else can he prove at LSU? Is he going to just take the time off, get completely healed, get ready for the NFL Combine? The future's there. He's done all he can do for LSU, and LSU thanks him greatly. We, the fans, thank him greatly for all that he has done. I personally think it's time for Leonard Fournette to think about himself. I don't think he should play.
I think, and usually I'm not an advocate of this, but I think they should let the decision be his, provided the medical staff says he's good enough to go.
Oh, absolutely.
And if you're Ed Orgeron, I think you say, okay, Leonard, you've been cleared by the medical staff. If you want to play, we'll have you as a part of the game plan, and you'll be out there with your teammates and playing for LSU. If you tell me you don't want to play, and, if the medical staff doesn't clear him, there's your answer. But if he tells Coach Orgeron, like he did for the
Florida game.
No, he didn't want to go to A&M. He didn't want to go with his teammates. If he doesn't want to, and I would tell him this, if the week before you say you don't want to play, you're not making a trip.
All right.
You can stay home like you did for A&M. We'll bring some other young underclassmen who will get the fun of going on a bowl trip.
All right. Time will tell. Time will tell. But look, and if he does go, it's going to be limited carries. They're going to get to Darius Geis, first team coaches all SEC team.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
How about
tonight.
that?
Eight Tigers take 9 positions today.
None. I have no say in this horse race. I don't think he's going to play. I may be totally wrong. I don't think
he will. I don't think he should. And that's provided the medical staff clears him again. 9.
Well, there's some Tiger fans that are going to be mad at me for that.
That's all right. 9 selections onto the All-SEC coaches team, but only 8 players. We'll tell you how that happens in a little bit. Jordy, your New Orleans Saints.
Wait, what? Okay, we'll get into that later. They're done. Forget about them. Their history.
Do they keep Sean Payton? Should they keep Sean Payton?
Wow.
2 different questions there. They probably will.
I'm a Sean Payton.
Because ownership is in flux.
I'm a Sean Payton fan. Who else? Just draft defense, please. I don't think they're that far away. The teams that the teams that they've lost to, it hasn't been that bad, but it's just so darn frustrating. They're done now. 3 of the next 4 of the final 4 on the road. No.
All right, so we got all of that and much more coming up on tonight's program. We're going to kick around a lot of topics for you. We'll also hear from Buddy Sanji of Buddy's Sports Talk.
Wow.
Get his thoughts on the bowl matchup.
Ratings just went up.
Ronnie Rance, Sports Shorts Radio, Sports Shorts TV, and the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Foundation. We'll also hear from him tonight. Unable to connect with Brian Lazar, but he'll be back with us hopefully next week. So we got a lot of stuff coming up for you. We want you to sit back and enjoy Tigers Roar. Remind you the original airing of this program each and every week on Wednesday nights from 8 to 10, 2 hours prime time. Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, and on the internet at PelicanSportsTV.com. Sometime Thursday morning, YouTube.com/Pelican Broadcasting. You can watch it at your convenience. Replays in New Orleans at Fridays at 5 on WHNO TV Channel 20. That hits the North Shore and Bayou Country, Thibodaux, Houma area. And the ETEL cable system on Friday and Saturdays at 2 p.m. for Ascension Parish and parts of Livingston Parish. We'll come back and jump into all these topics and much more. With Jordy Hultberg, I'm Tommy Chrysant. You are watching Tigers Roar here on Pelican Sports TV. Stay with us.
You. Immediately after the LSU game, it's Pelican Sports post-game show with Tommy Chrysant and Buddy Sanji. We'll have reports from the stadium, statistics, and game analysis. Your phone calls and text messages are welcome. The Pelican Sports post-game show right after the LSU game on Pelican Sports TV and CBS Sports Radio.
Here at Rejuva-Me Medical, we strive to accomplish a more youthful you. We specialize in the most advanced techniques of testosterone replacement therapy in men, bioidentical hormone replacement in women, IV therapy, and nutritional support along with the state-of-the-art cosmetics procedures. Experience a network of trainers and health coaches offering diet and nutritional plans tailored to you. Call us today to schedule your free consultation to discuss your individual needs and goals. Look like you live younger.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creel Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
Perkins Road Veterinary Hospital is a full-service veterinary hospital committed to your pet's health. We offer advanced diagnostic and therapeutic medical services, laser surgery, dog and cat diets, and treats, along with stress-free boarding. Dr. Ritchie sees patients for routine checkups to keep your loved ones happy, also advanced medical and surgical cases. We have separate condos for cat boarding and large climate-controlled canine boarding. Our boarding dogs get to have fun in a very large play yard several times a day. Laser therapy is a service that we offer to heal wounds and help our patients that suffer from chronic pain. Laser therapy is a wonderful adjunct treatment for neurologic and arthritic pain with no side effects. Your pets are family members and deserve the best and highest quality of care. Dr. Ritchie and his staff greatly respect the human-animal bond and are committed to exceeding your expectations. Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. Beautiful views of Cypress Lake. 1, 2, 3-bedroom apartments are available. Stop by and see Cypress Lake Apartments. Give them a call at 225-293-6789 or visit online, cypresslake-apartments.net.
We continue with Tigers Roar. Jordy, let's back it up a little bit.
Back it up.
If you look at the big picture of the LSU football season, they dismissed Coach Miles on September the 25th when their record was sitting at 2-2. Is it an accomplishment to now be going to the Citrus Bowl on New Year's Eve to be playing Louisville? But they were ranked number 5 in the preseason poll. So, and yet they had the second most players on the All-SEC coaches team, which describes talent. And they're in the Citrus Bowl. So I think it's a disappointment if you start in August ranked 5, but then if you go to late September when they're changing coaches and then ended up here, maybe that's a little silver lining. Your thoughts?
There's two. One is the preseason expectations, and number two, I thought that the Florida game was the biggest disappointment of all. You had the Sugar Bowl right there within your grasp, and you're at home playing a team, and you lay an egg. Everybody talked about, it was great how they bounced back from Alabama. Yes, but you can't lay an egg against Florida at home with that at stake. And then, they bounced back against Texas A&M, who I don't think really wanted to be there in the first place. So I think it's it's a major disappointment. You could have gone to the Sugar Bowl, and that's Leonard Fournette definitely would have played in that game. He'd have been in New Orleans, hometown. So I think it was overall a major disappointment of a season for LSU football.
Yeah, and we're going to get to Coach Orgeron and his thoughts about the Citrus Bowl in a minute, but I want to elaborate on a point you've made for years now, and again this year. And I thought about it the other day, you know, when Coach Orgeron was named the head coach, and you look at next year's LSU schedule, you've been a proponent to say the open date should come after Alabama, not before. Now, next year it's before. I totally subscribe to your theory. It should be after Alabama, not before.
I've always believed that.
So I'm giving you the tip of the hat there.
And it's for a variety of reasons. One, it makes you treat Alabama as another game and not this huge build-up. Season. I mean, this is it.
I like that thought.
And then number two, you get banged up after Alabama. That's when you need the rest to recover. That's all.
It's a good thought. Maybe the powers that be will follow Jordy's advice there. We want to let you hear from Coach Orgeron. All the coaches that get selected for the bowl games have to do the little press conference and their initial comments, and they truly don't know a lot about the opponent at this time, and they're going to find out, obviously. But here's for you with some still photos, the comments from Coach Ed Orgeron about the Citrus Bowl matchup on New Year's Eve against the Cardinals of Louisville.
The biggest guest we've had all year, Coach Ed Orgeron from LSU. Hey, Coach, how are you this morning?
Good morning, guys. Great to be on the show.
Coach, you're heading out today. You're going off to Tennessee. I'm sure recruiting is what you're aiming for right now, correct?
Yes, ma'am. We're out on the road recruiting, seeing the best prospects in the country.
You've been in Shreveport. You're going across the state. Are you honing in on the South for the most part?
Yes, ma'am. Obviously, Louisiana first, then going out of state for potential first-round draft picks.
Let me ask you a couple of just big general questions. What would you tell our listeners, and a lot of these folks in Shreveport are LSU fans all the way through, your biggest asset as a coach, and the flip side of that, what's your biggest weakness?
Well, I think that I've had experience. This is my third job as a head coach. I've been at some pretty big schools. At USC, we had success. We went 6-2. I found out what type of coach I wanted to be. I used that program. I came to LSU and used it here. We had success here. Turned the team around. We played with energy. We played together. One team, one heartbeat. I really feel that let my staff manage their own positions. Give them accountability has helped us out. I've been at some good schools, LSU and USC, some great schools. I believe that I love Louisiana like no other coaches love Louisiana, and that we can have success here in the state of Louisiana and in the South.
Your biggest flaw as a coach?
Well, I'm not going to say that.
I like a guy who says, I don't have any.
Coach, now that you got the job, do you get a sense that with LSU fans, that they are probably more behind you as you begin your career than they were when Nick Saban took the job, or even Les Miles? Do you have a sense of that?
I can't speak for anybody else, but I know this. I could feel the whole state of Louisiana pulling for us. The day before we got the job, I felt a lot of prayers, a lot of churches, a lot of people were calling me. It seemed like the whole state of Louisiana was pulling for me to get the job, and I want to let you know that I'm very, very appreciative of that.
As athletic director Joe Oliva, as he had sort of imposed that self-imposed deadline, for the Sunday, we're going to have a coach by the end of the weekend, and nobody knew, maybe even you didn't know who it was going to be. What were those last 48 hours for you leading up to you having the interim tag removed?
I just had to believe. I believe that the good Lord was going to place me in a place that I was supposed to be. I believed that I was the right guy for the job. I felt that the administration felt that. I knew they had to do their due diligence to go out there and see the best prospects that are available to LSU. LSU deserves that. And in the end, they hired me, and I'm glad I had the job.
Leonard Fournette's announced he's moving on to the NFL. I'm sure that was no big surprise to you. Your message to him and to others who want to strike it out.
We love Leonard. Leonard's done a tremendous job for LSU and for the state of Louisiana. He loves us. We want him to go ahead and be as the highest draft pick that he can, have a very successful NFL career. He's done everything he can for LSU.
Dave Aranda, your defensive coordinator, has signed on to stay. Where are you with an offensive coordinator? A lot of folks have talked about Lane Kiffin. Do you have a shot at him?
Well, we're going out there and find the best offensive coordinator in the country and see if they're available for LSU, and that's all I can say right now.
On that topic, what kind of offense do you see? What kind of offense does LSU run down the line?
Well, we're going to see. We'll see the type of coordinator we can get. It's got to fit our personnel. It's got to fit our recruiting. We got a couple of guys that we're looking at that run several different things. I said in my press conference, we'd like to go to the spread. We'd like to spread it out a little bit. But again, we got to see who's available and what's available in recruiting and what's available on our roster.
Coach O with LSU. Lastly, I told you yesterday that I wear my purple underwear on game day. I'm a Rabid fan. I'm an LSU graduate. Do you think it's unrealistic for LSU fans to have expectations that LSU beats Alabama every other year? Is that crazy to hope for?
You know, here's what I know. I know coming to LSU, the expectations are high. You're expected to compete for the SEC championship. You're expected to be in the national championship hunt. And we plan to do that. And we understand that Alabama has been the benchmark throughout the years. They've done a tremendous job. And we understand that we have a hard task at hand, but we have to be able to beat them and able to get to the SEC championship, which is our goal.
LSU, Louisville, Citrus Bowl, Lamar Jackson, what you thinking?
Well, great player, obviously. Great opportunity for us to go down to the Citrus Bowl. This team deserves it. We're going to practice very hard. We're going to go down there and enjoy ourselves. We're going to be ready to play. Lamar Jackson is an excellent football player, but we got excellent players on our team also.
Coach Ed Orgeron, so great to talk to you this morning. You know I'm a purple and gold gal, and I wish you all the best and good luck with your trip.
Thank you, guys. I want to tell everybody in Shreveport and North Louisiana, we love them. It's Tiger Country up there. I went to school up there. I have many friends up in Shreveport. A lot of great coaches, a lot of great schools. We're just fortunate to be LSU Tigers, and the whole state is pulling for LSU, and I love it.
Jordan, you got a little athletic history with Louisville, the Cardinals.
Before we Ed's lost a lot of weight.
That head coach
He lost a lot of weight.
Stressful
A little stress. Yes, I don't like Louisville. My last game as an LSU basketball player was at the Summit in Houston, Louisville.
Denny Crum?
I call it the Final Five because 3 teams had punched their ticket to the Final Four. We were the last game on of the docket that Sunday. Darrell Griffith, Wiley Brown, and the rest of the McCray and the McCray brothers.
McCray, Rodney McCray. Coach Denny Crum,
they were pretty good. Yeah, Joe Lees was the point guard. They beat us, and they got to the Final Four, and that was it.
And one of Dale Brown's admitted biggest regrets as a coach, he put you on the bench in the second half.
I was on fire. I was Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson, 60 points in 29 minutes.
I was Klay Thompson.
60 points is one thing. 60 points in 29 minutes
anyway,
is another thing.
Yeah, we laugh about that. So.
Louisville Cardinals, and they went on to win the national title.
Here's the big question, okay? When you think of Louisville, what do you think of?
Basketball.
Okay. LSU plays Louisville in football on December 31st.
Right.
At 2:30 that day, Louisville basketball is playing Indiana basketball in hoops.
Which is a big
to do.
Yeah.
What are the fans going to do? We'll see.
They're going to watch basketball up there.
I think a lot of go to basketball games.
Because the Heisman Trophy comes out this Saturday night, so that no suspense.
They're not playing in the semifinals. If they were playing in the Final Four, they'd have gone.
What team shows up? I mean,
that's the key for both. That's the key for any
all
bowl
40
game.
bowl games.
That's the key.
Who cares?
Who wants to be there?
Yeah, who's going to,
I think with them hiring Ed Orgeron, I think he's going to tell them, all right, we're setting the stage for next year. Let me see what you got.
Yeah, what you do today will depend on where you might be.
How bad you want to play next year? How bad you want to play next year?
When we start spring practice. And as always, though, all teams that go to a bowl game, which is 80 of them, those 10, 12, 14 practices add up over the years. When you get those seniors that have those extra 42, 44, 46 practices versus teams that don't go to bowl games, that can make a difference in the big picture.
3 questions. I said the 2 things. 1, who's going to win the game? 2, how many chicken wings are they going to eat? Number 3, is LSU going to have an offensive coordinator by that time?
I say no.
Okay.
Certainly I could be wrong, but I say no. I think they're going to get one on January the 10th.
You think it's Kiffin?
I think they're going to get an offensive coordinator on January the 10th. That's just my 2 cents worth.
Which tells me you think it's Kiffin.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Lane Kiffin.
Okay.
By the way, him and Houston kind of...
Have you ever... Yeah, apparently there's a huge buyout.
Yeah, they wanted a big buyout, and the agent said no.
Have you ever heard Nick Saban stump?
No, because he don't want to go to LSU.
To be a head coach. I mean, Kirby Smart left. Will Muschamp left. Derek Dooley left. McElwain, I've never heard. He's ready to be a head coach.
Because
we wanted him to be a head coach.
That should tell LSU fans something. He does. Every word he says is calculated.
I've never heard it.
He don't want Lane Kiffin at LSU.
Yeah. Too many secrets to the vault.
Ooh, man. Hey, right. Hey, another part of the LSU thing we want to do before we go to break. Leonard Fournette. I heard about him when he was in 8th grade, about to go to St. Aug. My good buddy Ken Trahan said, got a running back coming up. It's going to be unbelievable. And Ken Trahan says the greatest prep football player he's ever seen, and he's seen a pretty impressive list in the last half a century.
Frank Wilson saw him as a freshman. He had 200 and something yards at halftime, and they offered him a scholarship.
And his high school coach was a guy I used to coach and told me he'd have been all-state at middle linebacker, but they needed him on offense. But Leonard Fournette's career at LSU, I thought Scott Rabelais, the Advocate, had a nice article.
Very well done.
Yes. It didn't kind of end. It was great.
Left you wanting more.
Left you wanting a little. A great job by Scott, who I always enjoy his writing.
He's terrific.
And Fournette has come out and said, after the bowl game, we don't know if he's going to play in the bowl game. We talked about that. But he will declare for the NFL draft and go on to playing football for money. We got a little clip here from Leonard Fournette that we wanted to share with you. His name and his videos and his stuff's been all over the media in South Louisiana for basically 7 years now, since he was a freshman at St. Aug down in New Orleans. Here's LSU Tiger running back Leonard Fournette.
The running back shared a statement on Twitter adding that he will play in LSU's bowl game against Louisville and, quote, I make this announcement now so that there will not be speculation and distractions while we prepare. I want everyone to know that I will forever treasure my experience as a Tiger. He went on to thank the coaching staff, fans, and his teammates. Despite missing 4 games due to injury, he rushed for 843 yards and 8 touchdowns this season.
Because he is so light on his feet. You've seen him with spin moves. You've seen him make moves that are very uncharacteristic for a big, strong guy. He's like a ballet dancer.
He's got great footwork, great straight-ahead speed, and great power. There's almost nothing he can't do on the field. I really think he's one of those players who could play any position on the field and excel at it.
The strengths, I think, of him is that he's a good member of the team, which people appreciate and they respect.
And I think he understands who he is and where he's going and how to get there.
This throughout my whole experience at LSU from my freshman year, since I first stepped foot on campus, it's been exciting. The good and the bad, man, I enjoyed every bit of it. I mean, with college, man, you have its up and downs, but you enjoy it. I don't know, it's a hard decision. Just thinking about everything you're leaving behind, but also I know you're gonna have new things when you go, but it's just so much memories and experience you have if you leave here.
Your thoughts on Leonard Fournette's career? I think Rabelais summed it up.
I think
it was great, but he kind of left you wanting a little more.
I think he came in fully expecting the opportunity to compete for a Heisman Trophy. I think he fully expected to compete for a national championship. Got neither one, but he'll get the rewards at the end. And very fitting that number 7 declared that he is leaving LSU, while another number 7 on Tuesday got inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame, the great Burt Jones.
The Ruston Rifle,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And real quick, we got some LSU guys on the all-conference team as voted on by the coaches. Coaches can't vote for their own players. 8 players, 9 selections. I've confused you with that.
I don't understand that.
I
know what it is. Darius Geis,
on the first team, Will
twice
Clapp,
is Geis.
Ethan Posick, Darius Geis, Beckwith and White on the first team. Second team, Fournette. Geis is an all-purpose player. Arden Key and Jamal Adams as well. So you got 9 spots with 8 players. They had 8 players. Alabama had 11. A couple of teams with 6. Tigers do very well on the coaches' all-SEC team.
I think Adams probably a little bit perturbed by that.
Probably so, yeah. I mean,
he's going to be a high draft choice.
Yeah, and speaking of the Fournette tribute, nice letter by Tre'Davious White to the Tiger fans. I read
Very
that.
good.
That was class.
Yes.
That was good. It was quality, and all young kids should read that letter because he came from a tough spot. First one in his family to get the diploma.
Yep.
Really good story. If you haven't read it yet, go to the LSU Sports website and read the letter from Tre'Davious White to the LSU fans. We'll take a break, come back with more. Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Krysan. Spread the roar. You're watching Tigers Roar on Pelican Sports TV, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, and on the internet at PelicanSportsTV.com.
For over 26 years, Hunt's Tire Pros has served Baton Rouge, making you, the customer, priority number one. Nationwide warranties, better prices, and excellent service are just a few ways we do just that. It starts with our hassle-free experience, where you're only sold what you need when you need it. So for quality service you can trust for generations to come, and all the great tire brands like Michelin and B.F. Goodrich, visit Hunt's Tire Pros on Greenville Springs Road or online at huntstire.com.
My name is Dr. Nicole Rogers, and I'm here in Old Metairie, Louisiana at Hair Restoration of the South, where your hair is our care. And I'd like to invite you to come and visit and discuss various options for treatment of thinning hair. These can include both medical and surgical options. You don't have to go straight to surgery. In the meantime, feel free to check out our website, hairrestorationofthesouth.com, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-552-8621. 800-552-8621.
We continue with Tigers Roar. Jordy, the Christmas time's here. Everybody, I mean, I'm going to Christmas parties and you hear the music. I mean, everything's going. And people, like they did for Thanksgiving, need to do the Tremonti's meat and seafood thing. Prime rib, their specialty. You can get the turkeys, but tell us about Tremonti's.
12451 Old Jefferson Highway here in Baton Rouge, right there, the intersection of Airlines, Segan, Parkview Baptist Church and School. That's Old Jefferson. Come on down. They've got everything you need. Again, they'll be open on Christmas Eve till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Their prime rib is second to none. And what they'll do for you, it's a two-phase operation. They'll do phase one for you. They'll tell you exactly what to do for Christmas Day. Put it in the oven. Boom. You're good to go. Simple, easy. They'll provide the cream of horseradish sauce. Oh, it is absolutely delectable. Still, the turkeys are available and so much more. With all these Christmas parties that are out there, catering, no question. 751-7665 is the number. Most importantly, go to Tremontis.com. Tremontis.com. You'll see everything on the menu, everything you can order, and if you want a little twist, well, and let me tell you how busy they are. Deer season, my goodness gracious, they're cranking out some sausage. I mean, people are bringing the deer that they have gotten, and they are fixing it up, taking care of it. It is spectacular what they do. So lots of things to do. It's the holiday season. Why, with all the shopping and all the work and all the kids being off school, why put yourself through that anxiety? Let Tremonti's do it for you. They're going to do it great. You sit back, relax, chill out, and just reap the benefits.
I got to tell you what I did. I'm on the tail end of a head cold, and the sprinkle spice that I told you I like so much. The regular old can of chicken noodle soup that our moms gave us when we were like 8 years old and you had the sniffles. And I put a bunch of sprinkle spice in there.
Cleared it
up.
up.
It was like gourmet chicken noodle soup.
And you felt better.
With the sprinkle spice from Tremonti's. I'm highly recommending that.
Again, Tremonti's.com. Their prime rib is magnificent. Trust me. That's what I do for Christmas. I do the turkey for Thanksgiving. I do the prime rib for Christmas.
I'm all about a little prime rib.
It's all good.
I'm going to give a shameless plug here. You and I grew up in New Orleans.
Yeah.
How many times did you go to Victoria Station in that old train car down at the end of Canal Street?
Many
all
times.
they had on the menu was
prime rib.
Prime rib.
Yep, many times.
Can I tell a story about how I got in big trouble?
It's your show, baby.
Hey, I was like newly married, okay, and my wife didn't know how to turn the oven on, much less cook. Well, one time she went through this big old ordeal and made me like a blueberry cheesecake thing out the box. With the blueberries on top of it. Man, that was my favorite dessert. Well, her and I go to the Victoria Station one night for dinner, and I get the prime rib, and then I noticed they got the blueberry cheesecake on the menu for dessert. So I said, I'll take some.
Okay.
It's so good, Jordy. I kid you not. I order a second piece, okay? So she says, well, is that better than mine? I said, yeah, it's not even close.
Oh, that's not smart.
She never made it again.
That's not
Never
smart.
made it.
Look, as good as that was, Tremonti's prime rib is better. Trust me.
Tremonti's.com.
Trust me.
All right, Jordy, what wasn't magnificent, in my opinion, the College Football Playoff Committee on Sunday releases the 4 teams that are going to play, and I think it's horrible that Ohio State's in there and Penn State's not. And I got a further comment about Penn State, in a minute. But Alabama 1, Washington 4. That's the first matchup on New Year's Eve. Clemson, Ohio State, the 2-3 seed. That'll be at 6 o'clock on New Year's Eve. Bama's going to be at 2 o'clock. The College Football Playoff. Your thoughts, and then I got plenty.
I can understand a lot of people's ideas on this. What is the message? The message that was sent early was schedule strong non-conference Power 5 opponents, and number 2, conference championships matter. So Washington doesn't schedule hardly anyone. They win their conference, they're in. As everybody knows,
they had the second weakest FBS non-conference schedule.
Yeah, okay. Everybody knows Ohio State is 11-1. Everybody knows who that loss was to. That was to Penn State in Happy Valley. Penn State goes on and wins the Big Ten championship game over Wisconsin, and they're left out. So the question is, whether you like it or not, what is the message being sent? Because it's contradictory to what was sent prior to the season.
It's a mess, and it's unfortunate. And here's my take. Penn State needs to be in there and Ohio State not. Here's my reasoning. They won their division, they won their conference, and they beat the team in head-to-head competition, which I always say that carries weight, that's in there. This is where I was even double disappointed. I see an interview Sunday morning with James Franklin, the head coach of Penn State. They're getting off the bus back on campus. They had flown in from Indianapolis where they won the Big Ten title. And, it's about 2 hours away from the committee coming out with the answers. And the reporter says, Coach, what do you think? Do you think you should be in the playoff? He said, I'm going to paraphrase here, but I'm pretty close. Hey, we're proud of winning the Big Ten. We'll be happy with whatever they do for us. Wrong, James Franklin. You're the number one spokesperson for your team, period. Okay? You should be he shouldn't say who else should or should not be there. He should stump for his team and say, we won our division, we won our conference championship, and we think we should be in. We look forward to hearing our name called later this morning when they announce the 4 teams. Again, he doesn't have to say keep Ohio State out or keep Washington out. He should have been speaking up for his team, that his team's name would have been called by that committee. I thought he was way too passive, and that was not good.
Urban Meyer said Ohio State's not in the Final Four if the Buckeyes don't play Oklahoma. I agree. Penn State loses to who? Pittsburgh? And gets clobbered by Michigan.
Right.
So if they just lose to Michigan, they don't play Pittsburgh.
If they would have played
conference, they played Toledo.
Eastern Toledo.
Eastern Michigan or something like that. Penn State's in. So Urban Meyer's saying we're in because we played a really good team. Penn State's out because they played a pretty good team in Pittsburgh and got hammered by Michigan. So what's the message?
Getting hammered doesn't matter by Michigan because they won their division. Okay,
Right.
and they won their
Right.
conference.
I understand. But it's contradictory on all levels.
That means ESPN's saying who's in this playoff.
You think?
Not the committee. Do away with the committee. Either that or this is going to lead to 6 teams being in the playoffs.
Dan Radakovich used to be on, when I was doing LSU
I saw
football
his
games.
picture on TV.
He used to be on the third bus with us, and he was the greatest because after games he'd have an ice chest and they'd have some adult beverages there to pass out to all the backers, supporters, and people like me. And he's in there next to Tyrone Willingham.
Yeah, I'd like to speak
who's
to
next
Dan.
to Condoleezza Rice?
Oh, what's she there for? She get lost? No.
Stanford.
That's a whole other thing.
Come on now.
But no, that I think the committee has backed themselves into a corner. They've contradicted themselves time and time and time again.
Yep.
And they really need to. You're not going to change it for this year. They need to look at January 9th, the championship game. There needs to be a meeting somewhere on the 10th, right after LSU names their offensive coordinator. There needs to be a meeting to restructure the whole thing of how they determine playoff teams.
See if this would work.
Put out the criteria.
See if this would work for you.
Have transparency.
See if this would work for you. Come up with the rules. Boom, 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 boom. 8-team playoff. Listen to these games that would be this year. Alabama versus Oklahoma. Pretty good? Pretty good, right? How about Clemson versus USC? Pretty good? How about a rematch, Ohio State versus Michigan? Pretty good. And then Washington would play whoever, Wisconsin or whoever.
If the basketball, and then get rid of these rankings for 8 weeks. That's another ESPN marketing ploy. And who cares who's 21st or 22nd? Yeah. If the NCAA basketball selection committee can go in a room and come up with 32 teams are automatically qualified. Right. So they can come up with 36 champions. They can come up with 36 other teams in one day. They should be able to come up with 4 football teams in one day. I say put the playoff at 8 teams, take the 5 conference champions. I don't care if you got 4 losses. You win your conference, you're in the playoff, and then pick 3 other teams.
Remember, I know this isn't the NFL, but remember the Saints had to go play at Seattle. Seattle was like 8-8. The Saints had an unbelievable record, but Seattle won the division, so therefore they get the right to host.
Yeah.
It's not that difficult.
Again, I feel bad.
And 8 teams you play. Alabama gets to play in Tuscaloosa. Ohio State gets to play in Columbus.
Now,
Clemson gets to play in that other Happy Valley, Death Valley, fake Death Valley.
A part of me feels bad for the football players and the support staff of Penn State football because I think they got robbed. But a part of me doesn't feel bad because their coach didn't take up for them.
But they're going to the Rose Bowl.
Well,
they're going to the Rose, which is the number one goal. And
and the other reason that coach should have stood up for him is they don't know if they'll be back in this.
That wouldn't have changed anything.
But he still has to do that.
That wouldn't have changed anything.
Because they don't know if they'll ever win the Big Ten again.
I know.
They may not win it again. They might win it next year, but they don't know that. So that coach should have been barking from the top of the mountain supporting his team. Like you said, it may not have mattered because ESPN rigged it that they weren't getting in.
They don't do that, do they?
I used to not think so, but now
really
I think
do?
so. Now I'm confused. We're going to come. I'm easily confused. I got a lot of medicine in me.
That's 9 picks, 8 people. All right, okay, I got you.
I got a lot of medicine in me, you know.
Yeah.
Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Christ, and we'll continue with more after this pause on Tigers Roar. Stay with us.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
We want you. Immediately after the LSU game, it's Pelican Sports post-game show with Tommy Krysan and Buddy Sanji. We'll have reports from the stadium, statistics, and game analysis. Your phone calls and text messages are welcome. The Pelican Sports post-game show right after the LSU game on Pelican Sports TV and CBS Sports Radio.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
I owed the IRS $20,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-404-0966. 800-404-0966.
Friends, family, and community in surrounding parishes who have lost vehicles due to the flood. North American Auto Group is here to help. We have discounted over 400 pre-owned vehicles with no water damage. In addition, we have lenders offering disaster relief financing programs. We will also help you with your insurance and GAP claims. Shop online at NorthAmericanAutoGroup.com or visit us at one of our 4 locations in Baton Rouge and Gonzales. North American Auto Group. We make it easy.
Here at Rejuva-Me Medical, we strive to accomplish a more youthful you. We specialize in the most advanced techniques of testosterone replacement therapy in men, bioidentical hormone replacement in women, IV therapy, and nutritional support along with the state-of-the-art cosmetics procedures. Experience a network of trainers and health coaches offering diet and nutritional plans tailored to you. Call us today to schedule your free consultation to discuss your individual needs and goals. Look like you live younger.
Accord Eye Clinic Vision Source is located on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge, offering full-service optical and lab work. Dr. Shonda Accord and the professionally trained staff pride themselves on service, complete eye exams, help with contact lenses, and selection of frames featuring Silhouette, Gucci, Jimmy Choo, and all the top lines. State-of-the-art equipment including OptiMap, which digitally photographs your retina. Call Accord Eye Clinic for an appointment. 225-767-3937. That's 225-767-3937. Visit the website, visionsource-br.com. All patients of all ages are welcome. Accord Eye Clinic, Vision Source. Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. Beautiful views of Cypress Lake. 1, 2, 3-bedroom apartments are available. Stop by and see Cypress Lake Apartments. Give them a call at 225-293-6789 or visit online, cypresslake-apartments.net. We continue with Tigers Roar here on Pelican Sports TV. We remind you each and every week the original airings on Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Got replays throughout the state on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And we appreciate you watching Tigers Roar whenever you can. Spread the roar, as we like to say. Hey, I want to tell you, it's Christmas time. We got the music, we got the parties, we got the events.
We need the jewelry.
We got to get Robert Roth Jewelers, 7513 Jefferson Highway, across the parking lot from Goodwood Hardware, next door to Town Center, 927-9444. They specialize in engagement rings, fine jewelry, custom design, hand engraving. They offer jewelry repair. Visit their website, robertrothjewelers.com. They're also on Facebook, celebrating 25 years in business. Robert Roth Jewelers, Robert and his staff, they will take care of you. No matter what your budget may be, they got something over there for you. robertrothjewelers.com. And again, on Facebook, go see Robert. 7513 Jefferson Highway, same place for 25 years. That should tell you all you need to know right there, because they do business the right way. Lots of satisfied customers. And again, they specialize in engagement rings, jewelry repair. They can do it all for you. robertrothjewelers.com. 225-927-9444. Stop in. Tell Robert you heard us talking about him on TV as well as radio.
Good guy.
Bowl season time, Jordy.
40,
we mentioned
how many, 41?
40 bowls.
40 bowls.
We got LSU in the bowl game. Louisiana Tech, runner-up in Conference USA to Western Kentucky. Their coach, Jeff Brom, takes the Purdue job. Skip Holtz, Louisiana Tech, will go over to Fort Worth, Texas for the Armed Forces Bowl. take on the Navy midshipmen. Don't forget Army-Navy this Saturday at 2 o'clock.
Navy, no quarterback, no top running back.
Yeah,
hurt.
well, hey, they'll be over there anyway as Louisiana Tech, and we'll have that game on WUBR starting at 2 o'clock that day with the longtime voice of the Bulldogs, Dave Nitz. ULL's Raging Cajuns, for the fifth time in 6 years, go to
New Orleans.
The New Orleans Bowl. The Darius New Orleans Bowl.
They had to hammer ULM 30-3.
Did you see the odd stat about that game? Come on now, you should know this. Wow. They beat ULM 30-3 to get bowl eligible.
Right.
The first time in NCAA history that a team won a game by 27 points and had 0 passing yards.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Who's their quarterback?
Anthony Jennings was 2 for 5
Who's their quarterback?
for 0 yards.
Yeah.
You know how sometimes you throw it to the back and he doesn't gain anything. 0 yards passing, and they beat Monroe 30-3.
Here's the irony of this. So ULL had to win their last game to get bowl eligible. Southern Miss had to win their last game to get bowl eligible, and they beat Louisiana Tech. It's pretty good.
And what's also good is Hattiesburg, Lafayette, easy to get to the dome.
Crowd, yeah.
Should be a really good crowd. Raging
40,000, something like
have
that.
Showed up in the dome for the previous New Orleans Bowls. They won 4 in a row.
The last time they went, the game was like at 10 o'clock in the morning. It was ridiculous.
8 o'clock now.
It's 8 o'clock at night.
So Southern Miss will have a bunch of people there. Also, Grambling State won the SWAC. They'll go to the Celebration Bowl. Yeah. They had a come-from-behind victory against Alcorn in the SWAC championship game over in Houston. And then, of course, we got the Sugar Bowl. I, as a kid, grew up, man, I couldn't wait to go to the Sugar Bowl.
Great.
So many great games that I can remember. Auburn, Oklahoma, the Auburn defense, the Oklahoma offense. What about Bob Stoops? Some really good players with Mayfield and Westbrook for the Sooners.
I sure would have wished that was LSU.
Paper, this is a great matchup on Monday night, January 2nd. No other games going on. All eyes will be on New Orleans, Louisiana, and the All-State Sugar Bowl, Auburn and Oklahoma. What do you think of that matchup?
I sure wish it had been LSU.
They played before in the Sugar Bowl years ago.
Yeah,
back in the 70s, Auburn, Oklahoma.
Baker
matchup.
Mayfield and
I think Pat Sullivan played against Oklahoma.
Sullivan to Beasley. Mayfield got a heck of a wide receiver. They got great running backs. It's amazing how they lost the games that they did. That's a heck of a team. Maybe it's Big Game Bob again.
What about Bob?
Big Game Bob.
The Big 12 Conference champion. There was no consideration for them being. In fact, they're like way
This
down
is the
there.
last year they don't have a conference championship game, I think. Or is it 2018?
I can't remember which year.
It's either 17 or 18, but they're going to have a conference championship.
They're also, Oklahoma is the only team in college football this year to beat every team in their conference.
Just
because they don't. They play everybody. Alabama didn't play all 13 other teams. Oklahoma played every other team in the conference and beat them.
Just imagine if they did expand the Big 12 and Houston got into the Big 12. Tom Herman wouldn't have gone to Texas, and who knows what would have happened then.
We got some Sugar Bowl stuff for you. As I said, Jordy and I both grew up in New Orleans. Sugar Bowl is always a special time,
You know what's great?
week.
Is when you get off the plane and they got that jazz band playing for you.
In Bourbon Street, a couple of nights
awesome.
before the game when both teams are down there. That's pretty cool, too. I remember Alabama, Penn State, they all fell in the water fountain in the patio of Pat O'Brien's one night. Remember Jim Bob Harris?
Yeah.
He fell in there.
You were there with him?
Save him from drowning.
You were there with him?
Well, no, I was there, but I wasn't with him. We got a little Sugar Bowl clip for you here. Auburn, Oklahoma, the 83rd Sugar Bowl Classic in the Superdome. Enjoy.
Exciting day for you guys is overall getting to announce the two teams and get this ball rolling. Just tell me about this day for everybody. How is it?
Well, in a lot of ways, it's like waiting on Christmas to come. You know, we work all year waiting to find out who the matchup will be, and then when it finally arrives and we get one as good as this one between Oklahoma and Auburn, we're just thrilled. You got two brand name teams with nationally recognized coaches, and we think two pretty good football teams as well, so it should be a good time here in New Orleans come end of December, 1st of January.
Special little thing about this year's matchup is this the first time they've played since '72, only the second time ever. How unique does that make this year's matchup that a lot of the fans that will be at this game have never seen these two teams play before?
Well, that's what's great about bowl games is to have teams that don't play each other all the time. This just being the second time the two have played, and both of them happen to be here in New Orleans in the Sugar Bowl. So we're proud to be able to serve as the venue for that game, the intersectional rivalry type games where there'll be bragging rights for the conferences at stake, the SEC and the Big 12, and so it'll be something special. We're excited about it.
Players, our coaches, we're extremely excited to play in one of the best bowl games in college football, the Sugar Bowl, playing against a very good Oklahoma team. It ought to be a good one.
Talk about having the opportunity to play in your third New Year's Day bowl game in the last 4 years.
Yeah, it says a lot about where our program's at, to be able to play in 3 New Year's Day bowl games. We're real excited, playing against a great opponent in Oklahoma, went undefeated in their conference race, and so really looking forward to it.
And then talk about Oklahoma. How much do you know about them? What have you seen on them?
Well, I've seen a little bit about Oklahoma. Of course, it starts with their quarterback, Baker Mayfield, one of the better quarterbacks in college football. They're extremely talented on offense with their skill guys. Defensively, very solid, too. I got a chance to watch the game against Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma State's got an excellent offense. So, overall, a very good opponent.
And then last question. The Sugar Bowl, just the history, the prestige, and an opportunity for our fans to go to New Orleans. Talk about that.
Yeah, I think the last time we were there was 2004, and so I know it's going to be very exciting for our fans. You're talking about one of the best bowl experiences in all of college football with great tradition. It'll be my first time there. I know I'm excited about it. Our team is extremely fired up, and can't wait to get there.
After remaining undefeated in the Big 12, conference champion Oklahoma is officially headed to the Sugar Bowl, where the Sooners will face Auburn. So, for fans deciding to buy tickets, what can they expect?
We hope that they'll find out that you can have fun here. It's a great city with a lot of different activities and great restaurants, world-class restaurants. We've got world-class museums. We've got world-class zoo, aquarium, what have you. There's just for about any taste.
This is the second season of the Big 12's relationship with the Sugar Bowl, and the city of New Orleans is looking forward to welcoming a new set of fans.
In the past, we've been focused, more on the Southeastern Conference because of that long-standing relationship. But we couldn't be more happy about this partnership with the Big 12. They've got great tradition, great schools with great histories, big fan followings throughout the conference, and so they've won a lot. We like to think that the Sugar Bowl is among the elite in the bowl industry, and we're certainly feel we're among the elite when we're working with the Big 12 Conference.
The game will take place on Monday, January 2nd.
I've been to probably a half a dozen Sugar Bowls, so
You've had some great games.
If you grew up in New Orleans, it was a big thing.
Back in the day, I remember Penn State and Alabama. Penn State went to the national championship with that one, and some great games. So Baker Mayfield, worth the price of admission. He says he's coming back next year. Oklahoma.
If they could find somebody to play defense, they'd really be good.
Baker Mayfield's good.
Oh, no, he's
really good.
I think he's really, really good. All right, so you got the 83rd Sugar Bowl. It's on that Monday night, January 2nd, which it won't be opposite any other games because the NFL doesn't have Monday Night Football because their playoffs start the week before that. Speaking of the NFL, what's up with your New Orleans Saints?
They're done. Their history. They can't stand prosperity.
We will take a break. We will come back, kick a few more things. Still to come on the program, we'll get a visit from Buddy Sanji as well as Ronnie Rance. All of that yet to come on Tigers Roar, Pelican Sports TV, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, and on the internet at pelicansportstv.com. Stay with us.
It's a male
Since 1986, the family dental practice of Dr. Farrell Frugier, with state-of-the-art building and technology, and our highly trained staff, have been dedicated to providing care and treatment to our patients of all ages. The experience and advanced training in cosmetic and restorative dentistry, TMJ, and treatment of snoring and sleep apnea allows Dr. Frugier to assist you in achieving the best in dental health. Call us today at 225-292-9700 to schedule your initial evaluation because we know how to make you smile.
Hello, my name is Debbie. Welcome to Debbie's Bridal, a Formal Affair.
My name is Raven. I work at Debbie's Bridal and she makes your dreams come true.
Accord Eye Clinic Vision Source is located on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge, offering full-service optical and lab work. Dr. Shonda Accord and the professionally trained staff pride themselves on service, complete eye exams, help with contact lenses, and selection of frames featuring Silhouette, Gucci, Jimmy Choo, and all the top lines. State-of-the-art equipment including OptiMap, which digitally photographs your retina. Call Accord Eye Clinic for an appointment. 225-767-3937. That's 225-767-3937. Visit the website visionsource-br.com. All patients of all ages are welcome. Accord Eye Clinic Vision Source. We continue with Tigers Roar. The New Orleans Saints had a good Detroit Lion team that came into town.
Good defense. They're pretty good, though.
They just weren't ready to go. Saints were flat. That falls on the coach.
They left it all on the field against Greg Williams, and they lose 28-13, a game of a bunch of field goals. Matthew Stafford should be in consideration for MVP of the league, and now the Saints have to go 3 out of their last 4 games on the road. Tampa Bay, at Atlanta, and somebody else. I can't remember.
I got one for you.
You got one.
The Cavaliers won the NBA title, right?
Yes.
Coastal Carolina won the College World Series.
Yes.
The Chicago Cubs won the World Series. I'm calling the Detroit Lions winning the Super Bowl. I know Green Bay. I mean, New England is pretty good. No?
Dallas is pretty good.
Dak Prescott.
Dallas
I'm going the Cinderella year.
Okay.
Going with the Lions winning the
I'd love
Super
to see
Bowl.
it. When's the last time? Have they ever won one?
They've never been to one.
Never been to one.
They're one of a couple of teams that's never been.
Matthew Stafford.
Cleveland has never been.
You know, they've got this guy,
Who's the other one?
Jim Bob, somebody is his coordinator, and since they've been together, he's like 42 touchdown passes, only 9 interceptions.
Cleveland and Detroit have never been to a Super Bowl. Has everybody else been?
I don't think. Atlanta?
They've been.
Okay.
Yeah, they lost the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I think that's the only 2 that have never been to a Super Bowl.
Okay. San Diego?
They would have been when Humphreys was quarterbacking.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, but anyway. Okay. But the Saints, I mean, they're done.
I don't think
mathematically they're not eliminated,
but they're done. Well, why would you believe that they could win 4 in a row?
Should they change coaches?
No, I don't think they should change coaches.
This is going to be 7 and 9 if they get to that. 4 of the last 5 years, 3 in a row.
They got to change.
Ownership's in flux. I get it. There's nobody to pull the trigger.
When's the last time we've heard from ownership, either with the Saints or the Pelicans? When's the last time?
He's not participating right now. I
crazy.
don't know what his health status is. Obviously,
and I'm going to tell you right now, if I was his wife, I would tell the basketball broadcast, don't ever shoot us up in that suite. He's just sitting there. I mean, like he's just...
Well, he is just sitting there.
I know.
With all due respect.
I know.
I mean, he is. But anyway, so the Saints got to go to Tampa, a team that's been playing better this Sunday.
7-5, tied with the Falcons for the lead.
Tampa's been on fire. They've been hot.
Famous Jameis.
We got some Sean Payton and some Drew Brees and some Saints stuff for you.
Should they get rid of Sean Payton?
I think they need to make a change.
Really?
I have a proposal that they get a new ownership group, spearheaded by the Manning family.
They don't want to do all that. They don't want to spend that money on that.
Man, they're going to put a group together. All right, here we go with some New Orleans Saints stuff for you.
That was just one of those games where, you know, there was opportunities called to him, you know, for him, and coverage kind of rolled his way or whatever it was, and the ball ended up going elsewhere, you know. And it was just kind of one of those bad luck things for him personally, I guess. But, you know, obviously as a team, we were rolling, you know. And kind of made me think of, I remember a couple of years ago, we go to Pittsburgh and Jimmy Graham doesn't get a target the whole game. And, you know, it was one of our most efficient days on offense as well, you know. So there's some of those days when you're a focal point that there's a lot of attention given to you, because the other team's going to say, well, man, if there's one guy who's not going to beat us, let's not let Brandon Cooks beat us, or let's not let, at the time, Jimmy Graham beat us, or whoever it is. And that just opens up opportunities for other people. And I think Brandon recognizes that. We talked about it after the game. And, you know, listen, if we can go out and score 49 points, and play like that, and win every week, then I think everybody will be okay with it.
The guys been good about it, you know, and they know me, and it's not coming from a selfish standpoint. And so that's the beautiful part about it. I feel like my teammates got to know me over the 3 years, and they know that's coming more from the want to be great, the want to be remembered. So there's no selfish part about it, and I really feel from the guys that they don't feel that as well. So.
I know we talked to you before about how you want to be considered more of a deep threat, but is that a tough, because obviously it's very effective when you run deep and draw a lot of attention?
Yeah, well, like we talked about it before, you know, the guys who are remembered in this game are remembered for doing more than one thing. And that's why I wake up every morning and I come in here and work the way I work, because I want to be remembered as one of those guys that is great down the road. So don't get me wrong, that's my strength. But at the same time, I want to continue to develop my game all around. You know, I feel like I'm young. Most guys come in the league at my age, and I still have a lot of doing to do, and I want to continue.
Real quick, obviously, disappointing game. Just finished telling those guys that too many things, penalties. I thought we started sloppily. Third down numbers offensively. We had trouble staying on the field. Then you're not going to have the time of possession. All the little things that we talk about. I've got to do a better job. Obviously, we look sluggish. Looked like we came off a short week or something. So credit those guys. Detroit did a real good job of taking advantage of turnovers. We lose that battle 2-0. Kicking game, we lose that battle. Any questions?
What were they doing that made it hard to win the ball, especially early on?
Same stuff. Look, they do a good job with their defense. They play nickel look, a big nickel look. We missed some throws. 3rd and 1, we were awful. No gain. And look, when you don't get those third downs you're supposed to, then all of a sudden there's a possession that goes away, and then you say, well, we didn't rush it 30 times. Well, the numbers, we want to rush it. We want to have balance. But you're going to look at the snap total after that film, and you don't have the opportunities if you can't convert some of the third downs, especially early on.
What did you see on the breakdown and coverage from the game?
Listen, we'll see it on tape. It's his own pressure, and safety's got to get high on top of it, and he got stuck inside. It was a mistake by him.
Last week, I mean, you were...
This isn't last week. It's not last week. It's not last week. We're talking about this game.
You were very animated.
Talking about this game.
He was very high energy. It seemed like...
Fine. Listen, we're talking about this game.
I'm talking about this game.
Yeah, no, you said last week. That's how you started it. Obviously, we've been up and down. Listen, I just finished telling you, up and down. Last week, came out and played well. This week, I just finished saying it. It was poor. Poor start,
How do you get the energy from week to week throughout the season? How can you... Why has the team not been able to continue?
Listen, if we had those answers, we wouldn't be having this long question.
We had some opportunities. I know I'm going to look at the tape just from what I saw on the sideline, on the tablet, and I know there were some windows to throw balls in there that I didn't attempt today. A couple that I maybe forced on the field when I had something that was a better option that would have been a big gain underneath. But sometimes you pick and choose when you're going to take your shots, and when you're going to put one up there if you got to make a play. But unfortunately, just didn't have those go our way today.
Did their time of possession kind of compress the second half? I guess kind of force you guys to.
Well, they did a nice job possessing the ball. We did not. You know, I mean, you got to convert third downs and keep drives alive in order to possess the ball, and we didn't do that. We didn't do it in the start. You know, I don't even know what it was in the second half, but I know it was pretty abysmal in the first half.
It didn't matter ultimately. It looked like when Sean challenged the Brandon Cooks touchdown play that you were trying to urge him not to challenge it.
Well, I mean, I looked up on the board and I felt like I saw his arm touch. So I was like, no, let's save it. But I think it was one of those, you know, you got to act fast because, you know, the clock's ticking down, maybe 15 seconds left before you got to run the next play. And if you're going to use a timeout anyway, then maybe you feel like it's worth it.
Did you guys have the same energy level today?
Yeah, we did. We just didn't play very well. You know, I mean, I thought our defense did a great job of making them just kick field goals. I think they were 1 of 5 in the red zone. So, man, that's a great job with all the weapons they have on offense. You know, so for us offensively, you got to convert third downs and you got to score more points. We didn't do that today.
We continue with Tigers Roar. Go ahead and correct me. We have 4 teams that have never been in the Super Bowl.
Cleveland, Houston Texans, Jacksonville Jags, and
the Detroit Lions, who are going to go this year. The early TK call on the Super Bowl.
Early TK call, okay.
Matthew Stafford's turned into a pretty good quarterback.
He's lost weight, too. And who is his offensive coordinator? Jim Bob somebody.
Jim Bob Cooter.
Jim Bob Cooter. What a name. Jim Bob Cooter.
You think he's from Alabama?
You can't call him Jim Cooter.
Is he from Arkansas or Alabama?
You can't call him Bob Cooter. You got to call him Jim Bob Cooter. Coming to the stage.
Is that Alabama, Arkansas thing?
Why isn't he getting a head coaching opportunity?
Maybe
is his name?
Maybe they'll name him on January 10th as LSU offensive coordinator.
That marriage between he and Stafford, my gosh.
It's been productive.
Tremendous.
It has been productive. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Buddy Sanji. Buddy's
Really?
Sports Talk. We'll get
Can I take a break?
Yeah, we'll get Buddy's thoughts on the bowl matchup for the Tigers. Right after this pause on Tigers Roar. Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Christ, stay with us.
Immediately after the LSU game, it's Pelican Sports post-game show with Tommy Krysan and Buddy Sanji. We'll have reports from the stadium, statistics, and game analysis. Your phone calls and text messages are welcome. The Pelican Sports post-game show right after the LSU game on Pelican Sports TV and CBS Sports Radio.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 800-383-8177. 800-383-8177.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
My name is Dr. Nicole Rogers, and I'm here in Old Metairie, Louisiana at Hair Restoration of the South, where your hair is our care. And I'd like to invite you to come and visit and discuss various options for treatment of thinning hair. These can include both medical and surgical options. You don't have to go straight to surgery. In the meantime, feel free to check out our website, hairrestorationofthesouth.com, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. Beautiful views of Cypress Lake. 1, 2, 3-bedroom apartments are available. Stop by and see Cypress Lake Apartments. Give them a call at 225-293-6789 or visit online, cypresslake-apartments.net.
We continue with Tigers Roar. Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Chrysan with you. Remind you, the original airing each week on Wednesday nights. Replays Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're going to get to Buddy Sanji from Buddy Sports Talk in just a minute. But we need to tell you about Tremonti's Meat and Seafood. The turkeys and Thanksgiving were great. They'll have them again, but prime rib, especially.
That's the key. At 12451 Old Jefferson Highway, go to tremontis.com. You can order online. It's very simple. It's very easy. Their prime rib, they'll rotisserie it for you. It's a two-step process. They'll do step one, tell you exactly what to do so that when you serve it, it's nice and warm and not overcooked. It's a very simple thing. Let them do the work for you. You sit back. They'll include that creamy horseradish sauce. Oh, my God. It is mouth-wateringly good. Highly, highly recommended. It's a Hultberg tradition. For Christmas, and if you do it, you're going to love it as well. Did you like the turkey?
Outstanding.
Outstanding. Okay, so you're going to love this as well.
Tremontis.com, lots of information there. You can get lunch, you can get dinner. They got a huge meat case with sausages and pre-made dinners.
If you're looking for that gift for that guy and that you don't know what to get him a gift card from Tremontis.
Or a gift basket.
They have gift baskets as well with fillets, a bottle of wine, some sprinkle spice sauce. Oh, it's great. Just go online, you'll see it. Or better yet, walk into the store. You'll be amazed and dazzled by all the selection, fine spirits and fine bottles of wine. They've got everything. It's a tremendous, tremendous place and also reasonably priced. Tremontis.com.
Go check them out. We highly recommend it and get that sprinkle spice sauce.
You love that
stuff. That stuff is good on anything and everything. Speaking of good, speaking of spicy.
Spicy!
Buddy Sanji of Buddy Sports Talk, the longest running show in Baton Rouge on the radio. Buddy, good evening. How are you?
Hey, I got to say, first off, guys, I dealt with Tremonti's many, many years ago and still do today. And Michael and his family have done just a knockout job. Jordy, I know you've had them on for a long time. I had them on maybe decades ago. But they are one of the best in town. Give them an opportunity. I promise you won't be disappointed.
That's right.
Buddy, LSU Louisville in the Citrus Bowl on New Year's Eve. Your thoughts about that matchup for the Tigers?
Well, I think you guys probably agree that Lamar Action Jackson is going to either finish first or second in the Heisman. I was a little shocked that the five guys that
first, buddy,
get the vote, the trip to New York. Poor Fournette didn't get it last year, and we all thought that was a bad deal. But Action Jackson, really, really good with the numbers, over 400 yards a game, and Louisville, the best offense in the country. We know they're going to put some pressure, especially now that Beckwith's out, and some of the other bumps and bruises on the LSU defense. They will have to contain him and make sure that he doesn't get hurting him with his feet and his arm. Of course, this is a different year. Les had not done good at the bowls at the back end of his career, losing to teams like Clemson and Notre Dame and others that you felt like they should have won. Bottom line is, Coach O now with the head job opportunity, I think he'll have them ready. I think it's an excellent matchup. Should be a lot of offense. Darius Geis and the LSU offense certainly will put pressure on Louisville. I think, guys, it's one of those games where both teams going to score in the upper 20s to 30s. I think it'll be great. And, boy, what a triple header on New Year's Eve. LSU at 10 o'clock, of course, on ABC, and then Bama and Washington in the first semi at 2 on ESPN, and then Clemson and Ohio State that night at 6. So if you're not doing anything on New Year's Eve, it looks like you'll be watching that triple header for sure.
I'm just thankful that there were reports there was going to be Iowa again. Thank God, no Iowa.
Yeah, that'd be boring stuff. Buddy, I wanted to ask you about Leonard Fournette. You know, we started hearing about him when he was a freshman at St. Aug in New Orleans, and rightfully so. Incredible. Certainly injuries altered this season for him to a large degree. And he has come out and said he's going to, as everyone expected, head to the NFL come springtime. Your thoughts on the career of Leonard Fournette at LSU?
Jordy will like this because I give a very close parallel with Leonard Fournette to LSU football as Shaq to LSU basketball. Now, Shaq did go number 1 overall, and we know the incredible career that he has, and he's still global to this day. But Leonard Fournette, one of the best running backs ever at LSU, came in. We all know that it was a must get for Les Miles and Frank Wilson to get him from St. Aug. And 3 years, it's amazing. They get here and you have all this anticipation, and then boom, you snap your finger and his career is done. But hate to see him with all the injuries this year. Certainly, you remember some incredible plays, trucking the A&M DB. Obviously, the game against Auburn, the South Carolina, when he auctioned the jersey off and got a ton of money. I mean, been really good on and off of the field. I think he will be just like Shaq. He will continue to be a great rep of LSU as he goes to the pros and gets older. It is a shame, though, when you look at it, and Jordy, you can relate to this. I mean, Shaq, in the 3 years, you can count the number of games they won in the NCAA tournament on one hand. And Leonard Fournette never beat Alabama, only amassed about 140-something yards against them in 3 games. And LSU doesn't really have a great resume with his 3 years and the bowls. But I think that certainly he came here, like he said in his note, to get out as a boy and leaves as a man. Obviously, he's got a little daughter. He'll make a lot of money. I just wish LSU may have used him a little bit more in the passing game. I think he'll be a phenomenal pro.
Boy, if he has the kind of career that Shaq had in the next level, he'll be just fine. There's no way he has that kind of career. Is he going to play, you think, in the Citrus Bowl?
You know, it's kind of interesting. They've kind of let Leonard make some decisions. Now, I think everybody agrees they might have made a little error when he got, mad and after the pregame raucous and pushing, shoving with Florida, and he said, I want to play, and they let him play. But all things that we hear is that he's made every meeting. He wants to play. I think it just depends on how the ankle reacts as they get closer, weather. Thank God, fellas, that they've got a different turf. I know one thing, guys, he wouldn't be playing on the same turf they played on the last time they played in Orlando. That was a travesty. Not only did LSU lose that game to Penn State, but the field was very, very dangerous. They went to the turf. He should have good footing. But I'll tell you this, Darius Geis has probably been a little bit better than Leonard this year. Great patience, stops on a dime, makes a tough target to tackle. But right now, I'd say, 60-40, probably going to play if his ankle is good enough to go.
All right, we'll see.
Hey, buddy, tell everybody how they can catch you on the radio. Give us the who, what, where, when, how.
1 to 3 every afternoon, Monday through Fridays. I'm not good looking enough to do TV, but I do try to do that with TK on the post-game shows. Of course, you and the J-Man have been TV guys and staples in this community for a long time, but we do like doing radio, and obviously we like to talk about it, a lot of talk. Everybody's freaking out. Is Ogeron going to be the answer? Are they going to finish? When they going to name their coordinator and all that? But, hey, 1 to 3, let's keep it spicy, and certainly I'll talk to you again, but if we don't, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all of those who are loyal listeners and watchers to all of our Pelican Sports TV and radio products.
When in about 100 years, when Buddy finally kicks the bucket, they're going to have on his tombstone where flavor and spice really do.
Say it all.
Say it all.
Thank you, Bud Man.
Great night, man. You're looking good, guys.
All right, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. The Bud Man. He's been doing it a long time.
Yes, he has.
He likes to get spicy, as he says. I pick on him a lot. we pick on each other. It's a lot of fun, and he's a good friend, and he does a great job on the post-game show and all that good stuff. So I just wanted to get his thoughts for you. Again, normally we get Brian Lazar. Brian was unable to join us.
Wally Pip.
We will, maybe Buddy
Wally
takes
Pip.
Brian's place,
Wally Pip. Lou Gehrig, that's all I'm saying.
Still to come, we will hear from Ronnie Rance. We'll get his 2 cents worth. But what do you think the fans are going to do? How many LSU fans are going to say, let's go see Mickey Mouse for the New Year's weekend and watch a football game? I don't know that they're going to travel as they have maybe traveled to
10 a.m. I think a lot of people.
I'll say that. Can I go on a limb? I think less people go to that than went to Wisconsin for Lambeau Field for that game.
I would not bet against you on that one, unless they make a hire as an offensive coordinator real soon.
That's not until January 10th, Jordy.
You never know. You never know.
Well, as Ray Charles said, we shall see, right?
We shall see.
But anyway, so we'll see. I think they'll send a few, sell some tickets. I don't think they're going to sell what they'd like to sell. I could be wrong. I mean, it's expensive to go down to Disney World.
People still recovering from the flood. You got Christmas. It's a tough deal. It's a tough deal.
They're playing Louisville. That doesn't really.
Yeah, they got the Heisman Trophy winner though, and everybody hates Petrino.
Everybody
hates
TV
Petrino.
Like this one at your house.
Look.
Park in front of that, huh?
And here's the other thing. Everybody wants to watch those semifinal games. If you're flying back or driving back, you're going to miss those, too.
Yeah, college football fans want to see them, I think.
So, you would think so.
You got an SEC team.
Hey, look, don't get mad at me. Call Brian Broussard at LSU. They got tickets.
Get your tickets.
Get your tickets.
You'll be able to get tickets.
You'll be able to get tickets.
It's not going to be a problem to get tickets. We'll take a break. When we come back, Ronnie Rance, Sports Shorts Radio, Sports Shorts TV, Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Foundation. He's scheduled to join us, and we'll do that when we come back with more of Tigers Roar here on Pelican Sports TV. Stay with us.
Plus Benefits has an important message for all uninsured Americans. It's official. Health reform has now become law. Now, uninsured Americans can finally get the health coverage they need with significant prescription benefits. Have you been uninsured, denied coverage, or struggling to pay your health insurance? Well, not anymore. Now there's affordable options with real benefits for people just like you. We know health insurance cost and being denied coverage due to pre-existing conditions has created serious hardships for many Americans. But that's a thing of the past. If you're uninsured, struggling to afford, or have been denied health insurance, pick up the phone and call now. The call is free, and every caller will receive a free discount prescription savings card. Call Plus Benefits Health Insurance Helpline today and get the health insurance and prescription coverage you need. One call can change your life for the better.
Please call 800-351-1511. That is 800-351-1511.
Hello, my name is Debbie. Welcome to Debbie's Bridal, a Formal Affair.
My name is Raven. I work at Debbie's Bridal, and she makes your dreams come true.
We continue with Tigers Roar. Jody Holtberg, Tommy Krysan with you here on Pelican Sports TV. Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, and on the internet at PelicanSportsTV.com. Right now, we're joined by Ronnie Rance, Sports Shorts Radio, Sports Shorts TV, Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Foundation. Good evening, Ronnie. How are you?
Doing great, fellas.
All right, good to hear that. Ronnie, you know by now, like everyone else, it's LSU in Louisville. down in Mickey Mouse Country in Orlando on New Year's Eve, 10 o'clock Louisiana time kickoff. Your thoughts on the matchup between the Tigers and the Cardinals?
Well, I think it's an exciting one. I mean, considering I really thought they were headed, a couple weeks ago to the Liberty Bowl or maybe in this hadn't been since '85 or '86, whatever, and then maybe Tax Slayer Bowl, the old Gator Bowl in Jacksonville. I didn't think they were going to go to Tampa just because they haven't traveled well, played well and that stuff, and it wasn't. So I just didn't think the Citrus Bowl would happen, but it did, thanks to Florida just being atrocious and getting destroyed in their last couple games, and LSU ends up there, and it's a great matchup. You get the Heisman Trophy winner, which most people expect that Jackson will win the Heisman, and you get a team that presents a unique challenge. And they're known for their offense. LSU's known for their defense. The only drawback to this game is the fact that Kentucky beat Louisville the last time they played. So, I mean, LSU better win. I mean, this isn't like a coin flip game. This is a game where LSU's going to be a heavy favorite.
Do you think LSU's going to have an offensive coordinator by that time?
I don't expect to, Jordy. I think they're going to, they're going to give Kiffin as much time as he wants, and then he's also trying to get some head coaching jobs.
Right.
And then, I would expect Sarkisian to be in that mix, and the Oregon coach who just got let go to be in that mix. I really don't think they're going to have one until after the bowl games, because at least we know Kiffin has said he's not he's not going to do any kind of coaching change and not do any kind of coaching stuff until after the bowl game.
Right. Okay.
Ronnie, and of course, in the coming weeks on your radio and TV show, we can talk more about the matchup with LSU and Louisville. But I want to ask you about Leonard Fournette. We've heard all the stuff, St. Aug, New Orleans. It was a must-get recruit kind of thing, and Les Miles got him with the help of Frank Wilson. Your thoughts on the career of Leonard Fournette at LSU?
Well, I mean, obviously, it didn't work out with the accolades. I mean, everybody thought he would end up either in New York or winning the Heisman, or from a championship standpoint, they didn't do that. But football, more than just about any sport, just as much as, say, baseball, it's truly a team sport. Leonard Fournette, as great as he is, and he's going to go on be a first-round pick and have probably a great career if once he gets healthy. He can't do it without a good offensive line. He can't do that without passing game. It really takes a team in order to move successfully. And, if Leonard Fournette was 75% healthy and able to play all the games, the guy rushed for over 274 yards against Ole Miss, and he wasn't 100%. So imagine if he just were able to play, if they didn't have Darius Geis, and they made Leonard Fournette play, he would have rushed for 1,400 yards this year, and we probably wouldn't be, thinking back and looking back at his career and wondering, well, is it as great as we thought? He's a great back, a great guy. Unfortunately, he had the high ankle sprain, and unfortunately, he didn't have a good offensive coordinator, or he would have been even better.
Do you believe, given the circumstances, given the propensity of that ankle to get injured and then re-injured, knowing what's ahead in the future, does Leonard Fournette owe it to LSU to play in this game? Or should LSU tell Leonard, you've done enough. Go think about your future now. Get healthy. We're going to let Darius Geis play. Don't worry about it.
Well, I don't think it's LSU's call to tell him not to play and to worry about his future. And I mean, that's Leonard Fournette's decision. And I think being that it's a bowl game, I don't think anybody would care if he, we want to see him play, but I don't think anybody would have any strong feelings one way or the other if he decides not to play.
Right.
I think he is going to play. I mean, this is a guy who I saw limping around, in street clothes with a backpack an hour before the Florida game, and then after a little altercation on the field, he elects to play, and he shouldn't have. But the point is that he played hurt, and he carried the ball 12 times. So I expect he'll play with, a month, 6 weeks off, whatever, between games.
Okay. Well, and it was another chance to wear the LSU uniforms, another chance to be with his teammates, who he's very close to, and they're very close to him. So if he gets medically cleared, I think they should leave it up to Leonard Fournette. Mm-hmm. Even if it's, quote unquote ceremonial. If he just gets a couple of carries and then get him out of there, I don't know. It's a bowl game. It's an exhibition game.
Right.
So
and he could go over 1,000 yards potentially too in the game, and all that would be nice for him.
Well, and we can let that unfold as it may. Hey, Ronnie, tell everybody about your radio and TV show.
Well, radio show Monday night, 6 to 8 on ESPN Radio in Baton Rouge. Myself, Joel Davis, and Buzzy Heidel. And then check it out. It's called Sports Shorts, and then Sports Shorts TV right here on Pelican. Mondays at 9, Tuesdays at 8. You truly never know what's going to come out of Joel Davis's mouth. You never know who's going to stop by the studio and visit us.
Ronnie, one other thing. I know y'all don't have a lot going on at the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Foundation now, but for those that may be traveling during the Christmas holidays, if you get up to Natchitoches,
beautiful.
Everybody loves to go see the Christmas lights up there. Take time to go to the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame downtown in Natchitoches. I've yet to be there. I need to make that trip, even if I just go just to do that. But people need to stop by. If they're anywhere near Natchitoches, tell them it's worth their time to go visit the Hall of Fame.
No question. It was a huge day on Saturday, even with the weather as terrible as it was. It rained and everything. They did have the big Christmas lights, the official extravaganza day, but it runs all the way through, I think, the second week of January. So check it out. It's open on Saturdays. The museum's open on Saturdays, not on Sundays. But it's worth the time, and it's right on the Cane River, right across from Maglio's Restaurant.
Yep.
Great recommendation for a little dinner as well.
You've been there, done that, huh?
Yeah, excellent.
It doesn't surprise me that you found a restaurant, sir.
It's a beautiful facility.
Of course, if I'd have been there, I'd have found it, too.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
You got to go to
facility.
Mama's and Papa's.
You can take, it's like New Orleans, you can take the horse-drawn carriage and ride
Really?
through the city.
And I gotta go to Natchitoches.
Oh, they have all these beautiful homes with a lot of history to it. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Portobello mushroom fries, guys, at Maglio's. I mean, it's one of a kind. It's outstanding.
Meat pies galore, baby.
Ronnie, we appreciate it. Talk to you again soon.
Okay, guys. Thanks.
Take care.
Yo, I got a Liberty Bowl story for you.
Okay.
We got time.
You got
what
stories?
wanna
Go
do?
ahead. Go ahead.
This is a funny one.
Well,
I went to
be
that
subject to debate here.
I went. You tell me. We went. I went to the Liberty Bowl in '84, '85 when they lost to Baylor 21-7.
Okay.
It was like 0 degrees at kickoff.
Right.
It was sun was out, but it was like 0 degrees.
Okay.
Well, like
Who was coaching LSU then?
Arnsbarger.
Okay.
You weren't there on the sidelines?
No.
All right. We had like 40 of us, a bus from Covington to Memphis. We get to Memphis.
That was entertaining, I bet.
Yeah, we get I can't tell
whole
the
other story,
story.
right.
We get to Memphis, and the ringleader of the trip has all the game tickets in his pocket, and we get off the bus, and he's handing out tickets. Well, fast forward, we get into the game, and there's two guys whose little brother we can't find in the game, and the 40 seats were together.
Okay.
So we're like, what happened? I thought he came in, thought he got his ticket. We got 39 people here, and his seat's empty. And we can't imagine. He was like 15 years old, so we can't imagine that he would have like just went and did his own deal and said, I ain't going to the game. Fast forward. Halftime, they got this big like show at halftime. It looked like Mardi Gras carnival floats, but it was like boats or something, like the Christopher Columbus.
Okay.
And they're all in the middle of the field, and
Don't
all of a
tell
sudden
me.
this guy jumps out of one of those boats and does a beeline to the stands and jumps in. It was the guy who was on our bus trip. They would not let him in the stadium. He kept saying, look, I can go get my brother. They got my ticket. So he snuck into one of these carnival float-looking things, and when it rolled in there for halftime, he went and sat in the stands.
And everything was good. Nobody.
Yeah, so is that an okay story?
That's okay.
Huh?
That's okay.
Yeah. Now, we didn't worry
I thought he
a whole
went to
lot
the
of
Peabody to watch the ducks. The ducks walking around and go to the pond.
Well, he was too, again, if he'd have been an adult, you could have said, okay, he went to Beale Street and he's in B.B. King's place and we'll see him after the game, you know.
I got you.
But no, so
that was very ingenious on his part.
Very, very cold that night, day. It was a like day and then it finished at the night.
I was really hoping, and maybe, we say bucket list. I was really hoping a few years ago, LSU was up for the Rose Bowl. We all thought we were going to the Rose Bowl. Man, that would have been great.
I've never been to the Rose Bowl.
I'm not.
So you weren't working when they played Southern Cal out there in the mid-'80s? You weren't doing the TV?
No.
You were doing the other TV.
I have a story from when LSU played USC in the Coliseum.
Okay.
And I wasn't there, but a bunch of my friends were there. And they said the PA announcer in the middle of the third quarter came up and said, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in the history of the Los Angeles Coliseum, we have run out of beer.
That's a shock.
Tiger fans, go ahead.
Well, you were doing desk sports. You were sports here in town, but you weren't on that trip there.
I was not on that trip.
Yeah, I know some people
ran out of beer.
Ran out of beer.
Ran out of beer. Only Tiger fans, baby.
Well, they consider Orlando fairly warned. I don't think they're going to run out of beer.
They're going to have beer garden at LSU soon.
How soon does that happen?
I don't know. Pretty soon, I bet.
It's revenue. It's revenue.
Always trying to invent and create. Come up with different ways to make that stream go.
What they're doing at the Combine this year? Fan Fest.
Oh.
The NFL, another way to try to make more money for the owners.
Combine's the biggest joke.
It's pretty bad. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about this guy's favorite sport.
I love them all.
I know, but you kind of lean
Well, that's
towards
what I got my. That's how I got my education.
Round ball thing.
That's how I got my education paid for.
We'll talk a little basketball when we return right after this pause on Tigers Roar. Stay with us.
Spread the roar.
We want you. Immediately after the LSU game, it's Pelican Sports post-game show with Tommy Chrysan and Buddy Sanji. We'll have reports from the stadium, statistics, and game analysis. Your phone calls and text messages are welcome. The Pelican Sports post-game show right after the LSU game on Pelican Sports TV and CBS Sports Radio.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
Accord Eye Clinic Vision Source is located on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge, offering full-service optical and lab work. Dr. Shonda Accord and the professionally trained staff pride themselves on service, complete eye exams, help with contact lenses, and selection of frames featuring Silhouette, Gucci, Jimmy Choo, and all the top lines. State-of-the-art equipment including Optimap, which digitally photographs your retina. Call Accord Eye Clinic for an appointment, 225-767-3937. That's 225-767-3937. Visit the website, visionsource-br.com. All patients of all ages are welcome. Accord Eye Clinic, Vision Source.
Friends, family, and community in surrounding parishes who have lost vehicles due to the flood. North American Auto Group is here to help. We have discounted over 400 pre-owned vehicles with no water damage. In addition, we have lenders offering disaster relief financing programs. We will also help you with your insurance and GAP claims. Shop online at NorthAmericanAutoGroup.com or visit us at one of our 4 locations in Baton Rouge and Gonzales. North American Auto Group. We make it easy.
Perkins Road Veterinary Hospital is a full-service veterinary hospital committed to your pet's health. We offer advanced diagnostic and therapeutic medical services, laser surgery, dog and cat diets, and treats, along with stress-free boarding. Dr. Ritchie sees patients for routine checkups to keep your loved ones happy, also advanced medical and surgical cases. We have separate condos for cat boarding and large climate-controlled canine boarding. Our boarding dogs get to have fun in a very large play yard several times a day. Laser therapy is a service that we offer to heal wounds and help our patients that suffer from chronic pain. Laser therapy is a wonderful adjunct treatment for neurologic and arthritic pain with no side effects. Your pets are family members and deserve the best and highest quality of care. Dr. Ritchie and his staff greatly respect the human-animal bond and are committed to exceeding your expectations. Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. Beautiful views of Cypress Lake. 1, 2, 3-bedroom apartments are available. Stop by and see Cypress Lake Apartments. Give them a call at 225-293-6789 or visit online, cypresslake-apartments.net.
Since 1986, the family dental practice of Dr. Farrell Frugier, with state-of-the-art building and technology, and our highly trained staff have been dedicated to providing care and treatment to our patients of all ages. The experience and advanced training in cosmetic and restorative dentistry, TMJ, and treatment of snoring and sleep apnea allows Dr. Frugier to assist you in achieving the best in dental health. Call us today at 225-292-9700 to schedule your initial evaluation because we know how to make you smile.
We continue with Tigers Roar here on Pelican Sports TV. Don't forget all the hunting and the fishing and the outdoor programming on Pelican Sports TV. We still get lots of compliments about that stuff, so check it out. Pelican Sports TV, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, on the internet at pelicansportstv.com.
You do that stuff?
I hunt two-legged deer. All right, let's tell you about Robert Roth Jewelers. He never knows. I'm on a lot of medicine. Robert Roth Jewelry over there on 7513 Jefferson Highway, across the parking lot from the Goodwood Hardware near Town Center. They've been doing it for 25 years. In fact, they're celebrating 25 years of great business and appreciative of all the good folks that have been patronizing them for 25 years. Engagement rings are their specialty. Fine jewelry, custom design, hand engraving, jewelry repair. RobertRothJewelers.com. Check out the website. Give them a call, 225-927-9444, or stop by and see Robert, 7513 Jefferson Highway. Again, across the parking lot from Goodwood Hardware, right near Town Center. Check them out. Anything in your budget, whatever your budget may be, for Christmas, all year long. Again, they specialize in those engagement rings. Robert Roth Jewelers. Tell Robert you heard us talking about him on television and radio, and get over there and do a little Christmas shopping with Robert Roth Jewelers, as well as the year round. They specialize in those engagement rings, so if you're thinking about that, go start that process with Robert and his staff. RobertRothJewelers.com. Do you hunt?
No. I eat. I don't fish, but I eat.
I like to fish, just don't ever get to do it.
I went once, and after about 20 minutes, there was nothing. I said, this is ridiculous.
Rather just go buy some fish and
let
grill
you catch it, and I'll go eat it with you.
Grill it and fry it and all that good stuff.
You know what we used to do? We had a ball when I was a kid. We used to go to Bayou Man Shack, drop crab nets down off the railroad track, and we'd catch these big fat blue crabs and boil. Oh, that was heaven. That was heaven.
That is close to heaven.
That was heaven.
Hey, basketball. Men and women Tigers, a little break now. They are student athletes. They're doing the exam things. They do this every year. LSU had a nice win against Houston at home, a convincing win to go into the break. It's always good to roll into that break on a nice win over, at the time, an undefeated Houston team. Coached by Kelvin Sampson, 84-65 was that one. So they're on a little break. And then they got 3 games coming up at home. North Carolina Central, Texas Southern, and Charleston.
3 wins.
To the PMAC for that.
3 wins.
As the basketball team 5-2.
Then the league starts.
Continuing to prep for league play. Johnny Jones, what do you think he thinks about his team after 7 games?
I think he likes their chemistry. I think he likes their versatility. I think he likes having Duop Reith down there to rim protect. I think he likes the fact that Craig Victor now doesn't have to guard bigger, more powerful players, so he's staying out of foul trouble. Remember last year he was in foul trouble every game. He picked up 2 fouls and to the bench with 18 minutes to go in the first half. Again, the key is going to be, can they consistently knock down outside shots? Can Blakeney, can Sampson continue on the streak that they're on? Can they get quality point guard play from Jalen Patterson and Skylar Mays? If they can get that, they got a nice rotation. They really do. Look, bigger, better teams are coming, but you got to like what you see so far. They got a taste of reality against Wichita State. That's a good club, well-coached team. But I'm gonna stick with it. I think it's a fun team to watch. I think they're gonna be okay if they can stay healthy and continue to get good shooting out of their backcourt. They'll be okay.
Yeah, and again, nice win against Houston to go into the exam break with that. And we'll see if they can build some momentum leading into conference.
They'll get 3 more wins. They'll be 8-2 heading into conference, and it's not bad.
Get out there in the Pete Maravich Assembly Center and check that out. Nikki Fargas, the Lady Tigers, they're off to a good start.
Much better.
6-2 overall, knocked off TCU. Upcoming games against Tulane, Sam Houston State, and then a road trip to North Carolina. Nikki Fargas back to the wall as a coach. Got to have some success. A lot of injuries last year. Didn't have a lot of girls on the bench. But now they're 6-2. They continue to prepare for conference play. We'll see if Coach Fargas can get some things going and maybe knock off Tulane and Sam Houston State.
I would hope so.
I would hope so, too.
I would hope so, too. At North Carolina, I'm not, when I think of I don't know if North Carolina's women's team is all that good. Duke's women's team is good. North Carolina, not so. But then when you go on the road, anyway. So if they got out of that 2-1, That would put them at 8-3 on the season. That's
good.
That's marked improvement.
Yeah,
marked
and
improvement.
We know the women's basketball in the SEC is pretty darn good.
Yeah,
top to bottom.
Yeah.
Speaking of basketball, the Pelicans are 7-15. Roller coaster like the Saints. They look good for a couple games. I mean, you can't. Anthony Davis can't do it all. Yeah. Getting Drew Holiday back has been a plus.
Now he's hurt again.
Etuan
Moore's hurt again. So they're starting backcourt. They've only played one game all season together. He's done. So Buddy Hield's in there. Again, you said it. Anthony Davis can't do it all by himself. They need to make a trade. They need to figure out a way to get another scorer on the club.
Jordy, you worked in the NBA on a daily basis for years and years. When you're a middle of the pack or worse team, one or two injuries and you become a terrible team.
Oh, I mean,
you can't. We've seen it for a decade now. If you got 3 players, you can get to the playoffs.
8 teams from each conference get to go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
If you're where the Pelicans are now, they got no chance.
And them injuries, they got
no chance.
They just stifle them.
They got no chance.
It's tough, man. But anyway, check out the Pelicans schedule.
Speaking of basketball, Russell Westbrook, 6 straight triple-doubles.
That's serious.
He's
not quite as good as Oscar Robertson, but good.
But he's averaging. He may do for the season. It's remarkable what he's done. And I wonder if Golden State's going to play the game, I can do anything, you can do better. I wonder if it's going to be Kevin Durant goes, okay, Clay, you got 60? I'm going to go for 61.
Yeah.
And then Steph Curry goes, oh, you got 61? Let's see if I can go get 62. That's fun.
Yeah.
It's been I tell you what, I know there aren't a lot of NBA fans, but 6 weeks into this regular season, with a league that's already predetermined who is going to be in the finals, Cleveland, Golden State, man, it's been unbelievable.
Yeah, well, typically
star-studded.
The passive NBA fan pays attention Christmas Day forward.
Yeah.
The real passive
Star-studded.
fan starts when the playoffs, but we'll see. They'll have all the games on Christmas. That's not that far away.
Can I ask you a baseball question?
Yeah.
Do you see what Bryce Harper's going to be asking for?
And you see they told him to go jump in the lake?
10 years, $400 million.
And they said, forget it.
The Yankees will pay it.
He's a cancer in the clubhouse.
Yankees will pay it. You watch.
He's got a tremendous flaw in hitting now that's been exposed, and I don't know that he can correct
Maybe the Yankees, maybe he goes for 400, and maybe he only settles for 375.
I think he's going.
Yankees will pay it.
He's going to correct the market and get himself out of the league. He cannot lay off a fastball up above the belt. And that will ruin you as a major league hitter if you can't stay away from that, because you can't do anything with it. That's why his batting averages went zing, and everybody knows it. So they just put it right up under his hands all day. And
so you don't think he's going to make any money?
Oh, he's going to make some money. He's going to get $400 million.
I bet he makes over $300 million with the Yankees.
I don't know.
Want another Diet Coke bet?
Yeah, we can do that. The market tends to correct.
You see Boston got Sale?
Yeah.
Red Sox?
Chris Sale went from White Sox to Red Sox. Derek Jeter's number will be retired May 14th. No more single digits available for the Yankees. Number 2 will be retired. He'll get a plaque in Monument Park. We're going to take our final break. Come back, tell you about
I knew I could get him to stretch.
We'll tell you about a little radio stuff, and we'll put a wrap on this week's edition of Tigers Roar.
Just throw
Stay
baseball.
With us.
He'll talk forever. Talk forever.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-552-8621. 800-552-8621.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creole Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
Friends, family, and community in surrounding parishes who have lost vehicles due to the flood. North American Auto Group is here to help. We have discounted over 400 pre-owned vehicles with no water damage. In addition, we have lenders offering disaster relief financing programs. We will also help you with your insurance and GAP claims. Shop online at NorthAmericanAutoGroup.com or visit us at one of our 4 locations in Baton Rouge and Gonzales. North American Auto Group. We make it easy.
We continue with Tigers Roar. I got to tell you about the radio stuff. WUBR, CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge, great mixture of local and national programming. Got Jim Rome from CBS Sports Radio from 11 to 1 and at 4:58 with the Rome Sports Minute every day. Jordy, Buddy, myself, Dave Scandaliato on Fridays. Carlos Brown Saturday mornings 10 to 12. One more week of Ken Trahan's original prep report. We'll have Louisiana Tech football's bowl game for you, select NFL games. Also, Louisiana Music Hall of Fame radio through the night. Check it out on the smartphone, the tablet, the computer. TuneIn app was broke earlier this week. It's fixed. We got them to fix that. That was them, not us. CBS Sports Radio in Baton Rouge, 9, 10 a.m. And again, download the TuneIn app. It's free. Search WUBR, mark it as a favorite. You're good to go. Jordy, tell us about your radio program in the Lafayette market.
Besides every morning here in Baton Rouge, Lafayette every afternoon from 2 to 4 on KLWB 1037 FM, The Game. And we bring LSU to Acadiana. And so far, the results have been very shockingly surprising.
A lot of LSU fans over there, a lot of Raging Cajun fans. There's a lot of Tiger fans, a lot of Saints fans.
We cover it all.
They have a lot of Astro fans in the Lafayette area, being it's kind of close to Houston.
Yeah, everybody has their own little thing, sure. Yeah. It's a really great town, great sports community.
And you're on in the afternoons over there.
2 to 4, baby, 1037 The Game.
There you go. All right.
Did we talk about high school football? Did we talk about that?
We got a minute or two here.
It's a shame that high school football has to play in the state championship game at 10 in the morning, and then because of whatever reason, long games, whatever, start the last game after 10 o'clock at night. Shame on you, whoever is to blame for this. Shame on you. That's a shame. It's a travesty.
Well, the principals voted in the select, non-select. Now they've added it to basketball, baseball, and softball.
Stupid.
And
it's a travesty.
In a little bit of a way, the LHSA's hands are tied with when they can get the dome in 1 day versus 2 days. But I agree. I think it's unfair to those schools, to those
parents,
student athletes,
everybody.
that they're unable to watch their kids play for a state championship.
10 o'clock at night.
At 10 in the morning. Only in Louisiana can you have a game at 10 in the morning and 10 at night, high school football state championship.
Get it out of the Superdome. Let's go somewhere else.
Yeah, they got to. The principals need to get together and give the LHSAA office a better plan of how to do this for the student athletes.
Who wants to play in a 70, 80,000 seat stadium with 300 people there?
They have more people
or 4,000 people. It's empty.
Yeah.
Come on, let's get this. It's not
Dear
brain surgery.
principals, we have spent time on it. That whole select, non-select thing, it's not working.
No.
I don't know when you can change it, but I think it needs to be changed. That's one man's opinion, me and me
Just
only.
don't start games after 10 o'clock at night. Come on. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's unfair to the players, the support, the cheerleaders, the band, everybody. I mean, it's a state championship. I mean, come on. All right, Jordy, we're going to have another Tigers Roar in the books here as we roll forward with the holiday
Do I need
season.
to ask you a baseball question to stretch this thing?
Merry Christmas to everybody, right? Don't forget Tremontis.com. And on
Feliz
that
Navidad.
note, all the sponsors you hear on TV and radio, if you can patronize their products and services during the holiday season, check it out. No matter whose show you hear it on, radio, TV, patronize them if their products and services fit your needs in the Christmas season or any time for that matter. But obviously, a lot of money going to change hands in the Christmas season.
Prime rib Tremontis. Top shelf.
I will be able to talk about that after I eat it. Okay?
Trust me.
Good or bad. I will be able to talk about it.
It won't be bad.
I'll be able to talk about it.
I promise you.
And there won't be any left, probably.
No.
All right. We're head first into December. Still no offensive coordinator. We'll see what happens with that. Lots of bowl games, lots of fun coming up. Check out all the local radio and TV. We appreciate you listening and, of course, watching. On behalf of everybody here at Tigers Roar and at Pelican Broadcasting, it takes a lot of people to put this show together. A lot of people with a lot of hard work. We appreciate it. Most importantly, thank you for watching. Thank you for spreading the roar. Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Chrysan, talk to you again soon.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-552-8621. 800-552-8621.
Friends, family, and community in surrounding parishes who have lost vehicles due to the flood. North American Auto Group is here to help. We have discounted over 400 pre-owned vehicles with no water damage. In addition, we have lenders offering disaster relief financing programs. We will also help you with your insurance and GAP claims. Shop online at NorthAmericanAutoGroup.com or visit us at one of our 4 locations in Baton Rouge and Gonzales. North American Auto Group. We make it easy.